Good morning, and I am going to share with you about a county that I grew up in, Crockett County. It was formed in 1872 from four surrounding counties: Dyer, Gibson, Haywood, and Madison. The county seat is located close to the center of the 284 square miles. It is appropriately named Alamo in commemoration of the spot where the illustrious defender of the independence fell, Davy Crockett. Additional sections have adopted names such as Crockett Mills, Murray City, Bells, Gaston, and Friendship. The county is situated between the south and middle forks of the Forked River. The south fork of the Forked River forms the southern boundary line, and the middle fork of the Forked River forms the northern boundary line. Pine Creek rises about 300 yards north of Alamo, and it empties into the main Forked River at about 25 miles from Alamo. Cypress Creek rises in Madison County and empties into the Forked River about 10 miles north of Alamo. The first settlers that came to this area came from the southern part of the county, which is near the Haywood County line, south of the present town, Bells. The first settlements were small in nature. The pioneers would just push forward into the woods, making a clearing and build a cabin in a short time for others to follow. Now, how Crockett came to be. The inconvenience of reaching the county seat of the other counties that surrounded Crockett induced people that lived in the fractions of Haywood, Gibson, Madison, and Dyer counties to take steps to form a new county as early as 1832 and 1833. A petition was circulated and received numerous signatures before being forwarded to the Constitutional Convention of 1834. Praying that the body would grant them the authority to form a county out of the above fractions. The petition was not presented, and nothing came of the efforts. So the request continued and resulted in the passage on December 20th in 1845 of an act by the General Assembly entitled as follows: an act entitled to establish the county of Crockett in honor of and to perpetuate the memory of David Crockett, one of Tennessee's distinguished sons. The act provided that the county should be formed out of the counties of Haywood, Gibson, Madison, and Dyer. Commissioners were appointed to run the boundary lines, organize the county, and select a location for the county seat. The act also designated the house of Isaac Johnson, near where the county seat now stands, as the place of holding the various courts, until the selection of the county seat and the erection of the courthouse. In the spring of 1846, commissioners marked off the boundary lines of the county and selected the present county site, where a town was laid out and named Cageville, in honor of Lycurgus Cage, one of the first merchants of this vicinity. The magistrates of the new county met at the designated places in June of 1846 and organized the county. Officers were elected, and on October 1846, the circuit court met in session at Mr. Johnson's house. The court was presided over by Judge J.C. Reed, and John Manning was appointed clerk. The new county had its enemies among the citizens of the old counties, who sought to overthrow every obstacle in the way of and prevent, if possible, its organization. The question of the new county's constitutionality was raised and presented to Judge Reed, and he decided against the county, adjourned his court, and returned to home. Each fraction returned to their original county until 1845. Now, they got together and formed a new act. And it wasn't long before the people began to renew their efforts of a similar law as the one in 1845, granting a new county. The new act was passed by the General Assembly in November 23rd, 1871, and authorized the formation of Crockett County out of the fractions of the county. The commissioners were elected are appointed once again, and they surveyed and marked off the boundary lines of the new county. They located the county seat and held an election for the county and the district offices. The act further provided for the name of the county seat as Alamo for the spot where Davy Crockett fell. The commissioners met at Cageville and were sworn in, and Isaac Johnson, acting justice of the peace of Yearwood County, they organized the commission and elected the president and the secretary. A motion was ordered to take the census of the qualified voters of the reflective fractions. And on January 25th, 1872, they met again and received the following census. Dyer County section had 403 votes. Gibson County section had 354 votes. Yearwood section had 799 votes. Madison section had 374 votes. An election was held on February 17, 1872, and more than two-thirds of the voters favored the new county forming. The commissioners divided the county into the districts, and county officials were elected, and the sessions of the courts were held in the Odd Fellows and Masonic halls until 1873. When the records were moved to a larger factory, the courthouse was completed in 1875 at a cost of $25,000. The county jail was completed in 1874 at a cost of $10,000, and the average value of land per acre in 1885 was $9.72. Crockett County has a lot of sites in our county. One of the things about our county is that we've never had a traffic light. We just recently added a McDonald's, and we have a safari park which has over 60 species. And I would say the vision for Crockett County continues to grow. We have named Humboldt Lake, renamed it to Davy Crockett Lake, where you can go and fish the 87 acres out there. And if you ever get a chance to come and visit Crockett County, I would encourage you to do that. Thank you.